everybody, welcome back to Gone Outdoor Radio. You're listening on Kello News Talk or KWSN in the Sioux Falls, South Dakota area, or the mighty 790 in Fargo, Moorhead, surrounding communities. Scotty Brewer, Kyle Agri, Brewer Agri Outdoors, and we have a treat for you on this segment. We are going to chat with Mr. Tom Huynh. He is a newly crowned, actually not newly crowned because he was crowned last year. He's the reigning and again newly crowned National Walleye Tour champion. Congratulations, Tom, and welcome back to Gone Outdoors.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on again.
So back-to-back champions for the National Walleye Tour, and for those that don't know, the National Walleye Tour is the best of the best walleye anglers. This is the top walleye tour in the country. Tom, my first question, and I honestly don't know this, you're back-to-back winner. Have there ever been other back-to-back winners in the National Walleye Trail?
The only other one that I know of, now I don't know too much of the history of it, but the only one that I know of is John Hoyer. He won, actually it's kind of a weird statistic, he won back-to-back the 2 years before I won. So basically, there's been two champions in the last 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Tom, here's another question. I don't know if you're expecting this or not. So you're a bass guy. I mean, you originated as a bass guy. And, people that have heard your story, which we've talked about it on this show, you got in the walleye tournaments and you're just doing great. I mean, obviously you're doing very, very well. Have you thought about jumping back into the bass world?
I have a lot. And I went, I've gone to the last few Bassmaster Classics, not just only sponsor obligations, but also to attend it. And after each one, like this year, it was a really strong pull for me to want to go back and try to qualify for the Elite Series through the Bassmaster Opens. And, I talked to a couple of my major sponsors about it, and right away they seemed pretty receptive with it. And then after, 4 6 weeks or so passed after the Classic, I got a call from each of them, and they don't know each other. It was just separate phone calls, but they both had the same type reaction to me. They're like, we respect that you want to do it. If you want to do it, fine. But, they basically said, we will basically pay you more just to stay doing walleyes. So it makes sense. The biggest reason for for not going into the bass is because I would feel that I would be leaving a lot of my followers that I've built up in the last few years behind, and I'd be spread too thin. And so, I really wanted to try it, but at the same time, it completely makes sense for me to stay doing what I'm doing, because I said it a few years ago. Actually, you guys are the first, or any interview that I ever had, and I said that I have a goal, and that goal is to grow the walleye industry. So that doesn't mean I won't jump into a random open here and there, but I don't plan on going full-time into the bass world.
Well, Tom, there's a whole lot of bass anglers right now that are just breathing a big sigh of relief, thinking that they're not going to have to contend with you next year into those events. But hey, what a great problem to have, right? You've got to choose one or the other primarily as your focus. And I would just say, you know what, you have moved the needle in the walleye industry, and I hope you continue to do that. I'm pleased to hear that. So that's really good news for me. Let's go back to the event here that just wrapped up here. We're talking days ago. Tell us a little bit about how that tournament played out, because I know weather was an important factor. You had to cancel on one of the days. Is that right?
Yeah. So I went about six days earlier to fish. The first day, windy, where I wouldn't have been able to cover much water, and it would just been miserable out there. So I didn't go fishing that first day of pre-fish. The rest of the pre-fish was very calm, strangely calm for Green Bay. So I got to cover a lot of water, but the forecast held true all week long. We knew that there was going to be the possibility of a cancellation on one of the tournament days. Happen on the first day of the tournament, which was Thursday. I went out with thinking that I have to be aggressive because this could be a one-day qualifier. I need to be in the top 10. And I was shooting for like 35 pounds, right? 34, 35 pounds, which would have got me there in the top 10. But, man, I got to that first area, that first spot, never, picked my trolling motor up. I got to that first spot, and the fish ended up with 43 pounds, came in about an hour and a half early. The next day was a blow day. There's like 8 to 12 footers out there where I was fishing. And so that was what I was afraid of. But that wind pushed that warm water away. The final day, the top 10, we go out there, and my fish were gone. That was my biggest fear. They were completely gone, and so I had to readjust. And I just drove my boat in the direction that the wind has been blowing for days until my temperature gauge went up about 3 or 4 degrees. And that's when I just literally put my trolling motor down, new spot, new area, new water for me, and just started looking around, fishing, and ended up catching my 38 pounds or so to help me win. It ended up being close, but I was very surprised that I had enough to beat Isaac.
That's pretty amazing that you can just pull that out on that last day when everything that everything that you had pre-fished is all gone and you had to find something new. That just makes it even that much more impressive. So, Tom, we don't got a whole lot of time. We got maybe 2 minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about what you've been doing. Recently, you've been spending a lot of time teaching anglers about forward-facing sonar with your classes. For those that haven't heard about Tom Huynh University, give us a 1-minute rundown of what Tom Huynh University is.
Well, Tom Huynh University is the first ever of its kind. It's curriculum-based, so it's very easy to navigate. It's all web-based on www.fishthu.com. You go in and everything is self-explanatory. There's almost 200 high-definition screen recordings from my live scope, and so many other things in there, whether it's tournament mindset, whether it's just how to break down different waters, how to start control. It's the first of its kind, only of its kind. We're almost in all 50 states now at this point, and a bunch of countries around the world. So, we're seeing success of stories and pictures daily now, and I'm super thankful for it. And if anybody's interested, it's fishthu.com. If you have any other questions, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram at Tom Huynh Fishing. But yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for doing everything that you do for helping anglers. For those that don't know Tom is an open book. He is probably one of the nicest guys in the industry. He's super smart, and he loves helping others catch fish. Tom, we really appreciate you coming on Gone Outdoors.
Man, thank you guys. I appreciate you every time. It's awesome. You guys are doing a good job with everything.
All right, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
We will be back after this short break with more Gone Outdoors. Looking for somewhere to get all your fishing information in one place? onX Fish Midwest has something for you. Search for new fishing areas with filtering features such as species, abundance, trophy potential, lake survey info, regulations, and area insights are just a click away.
Getting to your target lake has never been easier with access points and public land ownership clearly marked on onX Fish. Mark and customize waypoints and weather for your exact location. Use code BA Outdoors to get 20% off onX Fish Midwest at onxmaps.com.